Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where things are finally starting to swing our way a little bit. We're just going to head down to their capital and try to raid these guys. We just beat them. And we should get a reinforced tick here, although it's not going to be a very big one. Yeah, not a very big one at all. But we're going to head down and try to raid over here. We need to get ourselves some gold and some prestige, although right now, the gold is worth more to us than the prestige. So that's something to keep in mind as things like hosting feasts and calling hunts starts to become available. Now, it's also possible that she gets enough to defend us by the time we get there, or to defend against us, rather. If that's the case, it's not the end of the world. Who's leading this? A skill 16? Okay, that's fine. So it's very possible that we don't win this raid. This is kind of risky, but we'll see how it goes. Longhouses have been constructed up here. She is not raising her troops. I do expect her to soon. Like, she'll get a reinforced tick here. She could win right now if she were to come in because of defensive bonuses. But it would appear that she's going to allow us to do this. That's great. It's going to be 21 gold and 21 prestige. So how are we doing on these structures here? We've got our economic structures going over here nicely. We just gained a level of fame. And over here we're constructing trading outposts. So all we need here is our gathering halls. That's great. And of course, we're going to need to take this back eventually, but we're at 3 of 3 domain limit right now. So that is just fine. Now, she raised up her raiders there. We're going to have to walk up this way to attempt to put our troops down. But let's see what she does with her raiders. We still need to move further. Awkward. We'll move up over this way. That's fine. We are positive in both prestige and monthly income. So we're very happy about that. And our control is coming up. And yes, we'll take your 25 gold. That's great. We can then start building our gathering halls here quite soon. That'll get our economy going on the right track, which is huge at this stage of the game. We still can't disband here. That's so far away. Insane. It's so far away. We should be able to disband soon, in theory. Our control is coming up. Our control here is 78 and 77, so we still do need some control there. They finally put down their army. They also couldn't put down their army because we were too close, so there's some of that. We're not endorsed by our High Shaman. That's okay. We can sound a hunt. I'm not going to at this time. Okay, there's our county control. The reason that I'm not going to call a hunt right now is that gold is more valuable right now than prestige. That will change later on eventually. We're going to work on increasing control over here. And that will be perfect. So, trading outposts just finished up over here. So, we're not going to grant this out, but we are going to construct gathering halls right there. That'll get us an additional 0.2 prestige per month, as well as control growth of 0.2 per month, and 100 levies. So that is solid. That'll take 5 years to construct. And at this point, we can spend down our prestige by increasing the size of this men-at-arms regiment. And we're going to do exactly that. We're going to bump that up to size 3. And we can continue to bump that up periodically. Now, we didn't create any of these regiments ourselves. This is all just stuff we kind of inherited, but that's okay. So this guy is our vassal, and this guy is our vassal. Both of them are our... Well, this guy's our half-brother, technically. I wouldn't mind attacking this lady, but we really... I don't think we can get away with it. Although, once we're fully reinforced, maybe. Especially if we max out our men-at-arms. Interesting. That might be an option. Now, this guy's still pretty big, and if he declares on us, we might have to become his vassal. But we'll see. We'll see how that will end up playing out. He also has a lot of children. So I'm expecting that realm to fracture once he dies. He's 48 right now, so we'll see how that whole situation goes. I think it'll be okay, though. We are probably going to want to go up to High Tribal Authority soon. Although really that doesn't do that much that we're super interested in right now. Although they can settle, but we're not going to settle ourselves, for sure. We may want to stay at this Tribal Authority. We'll see. So we do have about 3,000 troops now. We are currently ill. We'll get some treatment. We're a little bit brighter. Okay. We're feeling fine right now. I would like that we get additional knights. We're missing 89 prestige for that. And we're also still working on maxing out our light footmen a little bit. So that'll take some work too. Now, what all do we have for regiments available? Armored footmen are available, pikemen, bowmen, light horsemen, and light footmen. Okay. If we go into our cultural group, compound bows and horse archers as men-at-arms. Okay, so that's probably what we want to run, is primarily horse archers and siege weapons as our men-at-arms, as kind of a role-playing sort of thing. He can stay compassionate. That's fine. Now, I want to call a hunt as soon as we can. At this point, I am interested in getting more prestige. So, let's sound the horn. And we'll keep an eye on raider targets over here. Right now, there's no raiding targets there. What about over here? We could raid down here, actually, and that's probably something that we should do. Drop our rally point here. Raise local raiders. I scouted ahead. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. Okay, so we're going to go in and we're going to raid over here for the 15 gold and 15 prestige. That will be very solid. Our raiding targets are fairly limited at this time. We can, however, bump our light footmen up to size 5. And that's indeed something that we're going to do. So that's wonderful. That means we have 2,000 in our men-at-arms alone. We're going to walk back over here as soon as we're done with this raid. There we go. We got a ransom target as well. 50 gold. That's so worth it. 50 gold is exceptionally worth it right now. What do you suppose the odds are that we can attack this guy? I don't want to actually do the raid. I just want to fight him. Let's see. Because when we actually raid him, I am betting that this guy will attack us. Of course, he's attacking someone himself. Maybe we can get in there, fight them, get this raid, and get out. This is actually a siege that's happening here. Is there any loot here? I don't think there is. No, there's no loot here. Do we drop our raiding? No, but we're just going to come up here, fight this guy, get our prestige, and get out. That's the goal. There we go. This should be a big chunk of prestige for us. Excessive tariffs. That's not great. Of course, we're pretty limited on our council. We can get a new perk here. And Groomed to Rule is not a terrible one to get. We'll go ahead and do that. Excellent. And there we go. We have successfully won that battle, and that battle netted us 313 prestige and 156 piety. Successful business endeavors for 10 years. That would net us development growth and holding taxes. Do it. Great return. Fantastic. We're very, very happy about that one. And we're going to come on in over here and just disband our army as soon as we can. These guys are walking away, but we netted a good amount of prestige there. We are going to immediately begin work on constructing war camps. That is exceptionally important that we get these structures going. Okay, we can disband these guys and begin our regeneration, and that's perfect. We're going to keep an eye on these loot levels. There is no loot over here for right now. That's okay. And now we are positive in our prestige again. We're going to need cash. Can we ransom anybody? Yes. 6 gold. Okay. Not great, but it'll do. That's like 2 months worth of income. So yeah, that's reasonably solid. And we should probably increase the economic situation in these counties as well. Even if we don't give them the troops. They can get that themselves if they so desire. But we'll maybe do that after we max out our own. Do we need technology for this? Yeah, we need city planning for that. Luckily, we are working on city planning, and we'll have that in 46 years. Okay. That's quite a lot. Quite a lot of time. But that's okay. Base progress, base chance, fascination. Yeah, we don't have much for technology growth because we don't have a lot of learning. I think. We're skill 11 learning. That's not the worst. It's okay, I guess. So we're constructing over here right now, and I'm interested in constructing war camps here. I'm also very interested in getting palisades built eventually, but we have that beneficial deal up here, which means that constructing is cheaper up here right now. That's great. Still 0 loot here. When is it going to no longer be counted as recently raided? 30 September of next year. Okay. So we've still got some time here. 50% chance of gaining 75 prestige. We lost prestige instead. Oof. Well, it's okay. We've got some time before we can effectively raid anywhere, so that's fine. Everywhere that's neighboring us right now is looted. So we're just going to chill for the time being. They've actually already got full level 4 structures here. And they're working on it over here. And that's probably because we fed so much prestige into them, running those even rolls that we then lost. I'm guessing that's what was going on there. Some interesting things happening over here. We have 3,400 troops at this point. No fighting in the family. Ooh, 150 prestige. We'll take it. That's wonderful. So this guy has access to about 5,800 troops at this point. That's fine. If we were to subjugate this guy, I mean, he's at war right now. And that would cost 500 prestige, which we don't currently have, although we will be able to host a feast quite soon. In 2 years. That's fine. I'm very, very interested in constructing a war camp up here, though. 350 prestige if we fail this roll. We'll do it. We are now divorced. And we need to find ourselves a new spouse. We'll go for this one. We're going just for stewardship skill right now. That'll get us a alliance with our half-brother. Okay. She was our father's wife. Awkward. What about her? Minus 200 prestige for this. What was the cost of this one? It's no prestige cost. I can't pay 200 prestige. We're going to do it. Okay. Excellent. so now we have access to another domain another domain holding. So we can't do that without a title revocation reason. Right. How much does this inheriting cost? I'm not going to do it here. It would be dumb to do it here. I'm just checking the cost. Okay, good to know. So yeah, we require a title revocation reason, and I think that's because we don't have high tribal authority. Now we can bump up to high tribal authority. Okay. Legitimate offspring. Sounds good. We can bump up to high tribal authority, but that will be a little while before we're ready to do that. I'm going to get us our war camps going up here just as soon as possible. Here in just another month, we'll be ready to do this. This will, of course, get us quite a lot. And we're just waiting on that next payment. Any moment now. There. Excellent. That will boost our power quite a lot. We now have roughly 1,000 more troops than she does. She has allies. So if we're going to do this, we need a solid war plan. I think we're going to hold off on it for the time being. One of those allies is her vassal. The other ally is this guy, negotiated. She doesn't have access to the 877 troops here. We could take this county. And who would join this? Who's this guy? Uh-huh. Who's this lady? She's unlanded. Her granddaughter. Or no, her daughter. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem. However, this guy is attacking the Khan of Mongolia right now. In a subjugation war. He is attempting to subjugate all of Mongolia. Which is not something that we want him to do. I think we run this and assume he's not going to be able to get to us. I don't know how big of an assumption that is. Worst case scenario, though, we lose an offensive war, which isn't the biggest deal. Okay, so as expected, this guy did join the war. However, he's all the way on the other side of Mongolia. That's the idea here. We're going to march on in and go for the ticking war score early. There's some troops down over here. I'm not frightened of 600 troops. Okay. Her troops are, I believe, unraised. She has not bothered to raise her troops. 9 months on this siege. Our daughter died. Okay. We've got plenty, though. Should be fine. Are we still losing prestige from being below our concubine count? No, this looks fine. Okay, sounds good. We just finished increasing control up over here, and I want to switch this guy to increasing control here. That shouldn't take very long, and we'll get that 10% extra control. Now, we are negative in our prestige right now. That army is raising up. But it's 130 days. Maximum of 6 months here. Do we get a solid siege event? Nope. Desertion is okay, I guess. They have 29 troops now. Commander, High Chieftain Dodai. He ended his war with Mongolia, I think? No, wait, who is this? He's just in charge of that force. Okay, he's not landed. We're doing okay here, actually. 70 days left on their gathering. We did just get another desertion. That's great. 50 days left on their gathering. We're about even now, so we're solid. Wonderful. So we're going to get this siege done here in 20 days. What's the supply limit here? 1325. That's kind of gross, but we're okay for now. Okay, that gets us to 36%. Now, how many troops do they actually get gathered up here by the end? 229. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So we're going to hit this and then swing up and siege the tribe of Muya. More troops gathering here. Okay. That'll be a stack wipe. I don't think we can catch these guys, but that's fine. We're going to come up over here. We're at 42%. We have ticking war score on our side. So at this point, all we have to do is hold out. They only have 2143 troops. I do not believe 359... Will that be enough to siege this down? They have 37 troops this garrison hasn't really reinforced. Let's see if they try to siege that. They appear to be. Okay, so we're going to stop moving here. We're going to split off these units here. We're going to take them in over this way. These guys are going to head up over here. Okay. We will go ahead and take Thoughtful. Send gift. No, actually, that's not useful here. We're going to take Befriend. We don't have money to send gifts. We're negative in our prestige, and I'm aware of this. We can fix that, though. And we have a decent buffer here, so that should be fine. Just bump it up to speed 4 here. We're taking a long time to move through these mountains. An enemy ally replaced someone else in the war. That's fine. 1795? How fast are we sieging up here? 1.0 per day. Okay. That's fine. At this point, I'm going to send these guys down to fight this raiding force. Because that should, in theory, there's these guys over here as well, but I'm not too concerned about them. That should, in theory, give us enough prestige. So that's wonderful. We're mostly rolling siege events over here. What's the supply limit here? We're actually fine on the supply limit. So that's great. Yeah, they're just attacking over here. That we're okay with. And downward we head, back up to speed 4, because we're traversing these mountains very slowly indeed. And then these guys can honestly probably be put down, although we're going to need to come deal with this force. But this army should be capable of doing that. Excellent. No problem whatsoever. And we're going to come up here and defend this. So that netted us a good chunk of prestige, as expected. We now control Muya, and we can host a feast. These guys should come on down over here as well. This siege is going quite quickly, in fact. Do they have any siege weapons? They don't. It's just going very quickly. Okay. We may have to re-siege this. We'll see. Yep, we're going to have to re-siege it. We took too long to get there. I didn't expect them to siege that back that quickly, in all honesty. But that's okay. We have arrived. No problem. I don't believe that will stack wipe. But we should be able to siege this back equally quickly. Long houses have been constructed up here. That's great. And we've just about got this sieged back. We're doing very well now at this point. It was a bit of a rough start, but all looks good. We'll enforce our demands and disband our troops. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to revel in this. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I'll see you all next time when hopefully we'll be able to increase our county control here. I'll restart the game.